If you remember, before Donald Trump became the president, he was the president-elect. Abby went to Trump Tower in New York and went to see him and had a really private conversation with him, explaining to him the danger of the Chinese Communist Party and explained everything because, after all, Donald Trump is a businessman. He may know a lot about the Chinese buying real property in the Manhattan and so on and so forth. But really, when it comes to the Chinese behind the scene, the conspiracy and how they bully Japan, and Japan really lost huge, and because of them. So I believe that that really persuaded Trump to start the trade war. Of course, he knew that China had never been traded fairly, but by hearing from Abe, really in presence, and also asking Pompeo to look into the Central CIA's information, that make him determined to fight the trade war, which is really the beginning of everything, because China was winning all the way, laughing to the bank, taking America's money, and almost getting influence all over the world. Just Europe. Now I'm in Europe. I remember at that time, UK, all right, England was worshiping China. Chinese Prime Minister Li Keqiang came. He requests to stay in the Buckingham Palace, and then he wants to ride in the carriage, this horse carriage, with the gold paintings, gold platings. So they were really top of the world at that time. China agreed to build a nuclear plant for UK, and then to build the bullet train from north to, for instance, from Glasgow to London, and also willing to build a chip plant with Oxford University. So everything was hunky-dory. Of course, Huawei decided to set up their headquarters in London so that they can serve the entire Europe. So, of course, after Donald Trump became the president, and then the trade war, and then the warning against the UK. I remember that the Pompeo had a lot of difficulty persuading the British not to cooperate with China, especially in the 5G. Even today, UK is very much behind in 5G because they were counting on Huawei, and suddenly Huawei dropped out. Now they are going back to Nokia and Ericsson to get them to build the infrastructure. So what happened was Abe was really the absolutely the key figure. I would say that of all the anti-communist leader, we should name him the number one. So even though I don't have the confidence, I still have certain suspicion that this murder, this assassination, has China behind the back. Already they found bombs and so on at the murderer's home. So it's not a one-man show. It's definitely it's a premeditated with a plan. And I wouldn't be surprised if China is behind it, because right now Japan is the bravest in fighting against China. Even they are really upfront against China, even more courageous than the American. I think between Japan and Taiwan, they have enough to defeat the Chinese Communist Party, their invasion, if they want to invade or start some trouble in there. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was ordered, the assassination was ordered from China. And of course, nobody will ever have any evidence, because all these crimes Chinese communists have committed in the last 100 years, there's never any confidence and any evidence. So that's why. But we have to understand, China has very, very heavily infiltrated Japan in the and for a long, long time, for almost 30 years, until Abe and Trump partnered together. And of course, now India, Australia, or even Korea has joined in. So he's really the mastermind against the Chinese Communist Party.